the flight deck. But first, the USS Tulsa. Ladies and gentlemen, last I left off, went ahead and put the rigging on the mast, and I don't know if you can actually see it. Hopefully you can. There ain't many pictures of it, so I got really close. So I think that's pretty darn close as I can get. And for rigging, what I use is a stretch sprue, and you know, basically take your sprue that you got extra of from model building, cut you off a section, get you a heat source, lighter match, set it on fire, right dead center. Once it goes limp, you just pull it apart, and you can cut it up, and you'll have a bunch of different thickness of, I want to say antenna wire, but rigging, and just super glue it on and trim off the excess, and we are good to go. So anyway, there is that. I did get the base all wrapped up. Hopefully I got it all taped up. I may have taped a little bit more on here, because I have been known to think I got it all wrapped up, and then once you spray it and pull it all off, you actually got some paint on there. I have done that several times, which hopefully I've been trying a new method here, so hopefully I'll tape a little bit more, and I won't have paint on the base. But anyway, this basically ready to paint. One thing I had to do is, if you can see the white here, that's actually Vallejo's plastic putty. It's the only part of the kit that did not fit, and I don't know if it was the kit itself or me didn't clamp it down good enough, which I assume is probably my fault. But anyway, other than that, it went together really, really well. And so we are ready for some paint, and I got to go find the paint because I don't know what color it is. Basically going by the little paint guide here. We ain't using Mr. Hobby, ain't using Humbrol, don't exist around here. So we're either Vallejo or Tamiya, and Model Master is kind of iffy, you know. But anyway, I think I'm going to go with Vallejo. So I will try to hunt down the paint. I think I got some. If not, I got to make a paint order anyway. I got to get some paint in here for certain, for a couple of things. We're going to do the light gray, you know, the darker gray, and then I guess the black hole, which I couldn't see any pictures of the bottom, which, you know, there's just not many pictures of the Tulsa. But anyway, painting will probably start next weekend. I got to go hunt the paint, but the next time you'll probably see it, I'm going to try to get it in a primer, because I want to make sure that I got the the seam covered, and make sure I just got everything, be at least in a different color instead of gray and brass, and we'll just see what happens after that. But anyway, that's where I am on the Tulsa. The flight deck, last I left off, the F-18s, and I'll show one because they're both identical except for the pilot. The pilot's for the one I want positioned, and that's the reason why I did it where his head's turned. This one, his head's going straight because he's going to be taken off. Anyway, not a bad kit. Don't know why. Well, you know, someone probably does, and there's probably a reason. They make one of the doors clear. I'm like, I don't know. It's probably some small little part needs to be clear, you know. I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, got almost everything sanded on. There's a couple little spots on here. I got on the tips that I didn't get it clamped good enough, and I just got to go back in with a little, not spot putty, but a little tulip, fix that up. And really no seam work at all. I mean, really, I think they are ready for paint. And the one thing about painting, this is the way I do cockpits. Unless you're like going to a show and you want to take the pilot out and you emphasize on the cockpit, you're not going to see it upside down like that, you know. And you look how much space is in there. So what I'm going to do is next we're going to paint the cockpit. We're going to block in the colors, and I'm blocking the colors of the pilot, and then a little bit of dry brushing, slap the canopy on, mask that off, and then we can paint the whole thing with the whole color and everything. But anyway, for the helmets, I'm probably going to paint one orange, because we do want to do the Goose in Spirit. You know, someone probably had an orange helmet, and Goose too. And then another one I may paint purple, because I like Merlin in the Top Gun movie. You know, because he got shoved with Maverick at the last possible moment. So anyway, you know, Merlin probably, you know, either retired or he's still flying F-18 or planes in general. But anyway, That's something we'll figure out once we get there. But anyway, I want to try to, I got to do a little seam work on here and finish up a few little things. And then I want to get the cockpit painted, and we'll just go to town on that. And then we'll probably start painting next week. And then that'll give me time to work on the flight deck. Which the flight deck here, and I want to have to emphasize this on, I know the concerned modelers are going to tell me, Mr. Hare, your flight deck is just, it's just too small. You know, because when you put two F-18s on here, you know, of course, you know, it should be like real wide, you know, but anyway, I know the concerned modelers are going to tell me that it's just too small, but we just want the essence of it. So we're going to do the catapult. And basically, I'm going to put some black tape after I get this painted gray. Put some black tape to make it look like there's a trench here, because we're going to do the little triangle piece that fits on the wheel. Put that right there, and we'll have that one sitting like so, roughly. Now I want to do the flight deck numbers, and I'm probably going to do Enterprise, which is 80, the new one, and I'll just do it right here. I know it won't be real big, but at least you know what it is. And of course, on all my tiles, I always put the like Enterprise, like on the top there. That's just for me, you know. Just, but anyway, if you can see it, I'm going to have one blast door down, and I'm going to have one blast door up. So I'll have one basically taken off, and we'll have one ready on the launch tube. And the only thing I'm really going to add is the little catapult operator that sits right about here, and then I'm going to have a shooter, and then I might have a couple other personnel, but that's pretty much it on that. But anyway, that is where I am on the flight deck. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. One more time of the Tulsa in its natural colors before we slap some paint on it, and we're going to get ready to start painting some cockpits on the F-18. So that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.